Welcome back. If you just joined us, watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. Here are the top stories making our headlines. Federal government arrests some politicians for allegedly backing Boko Haram's activities and accuses the Bring Back Our Girls campaigners of running bank accounts and registering members. House of Representatives orders FAN to speedily replace all CCTV cameras to check extortion at the nation's ports. President Jonathan swears in 4 new ministers and urges them not to disappoint the country. And the Somalia government sacks police and intelligence chiefs following assault on the presidential palace by militants. You can always read up more on our top stories on our website. It's ChannelsTV.com and on YouTube.com/channelsweb. But do visit m.channelstv.com so you can view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. And take advantage of our Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS and Windows 8 platforms. So if you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. The president has sworn in 4 new ministers whom he says will help beef up the performance of his administration. They are the former governor of Kano State, Ibrahim Shekarau, who takes over the Ministry of Education. Dr. Steve Oru is the minister for the Niger Delta. Clement Adeyeye is Minister of State for Works, and Abdul Bulama was sworn in as the Minister of Science and Technology. Bashir Yuguda is now the substantive Minister of National Planning and Minister of State for Finance, while Nyesom Wike reverts to his former position as Minister of State for Education. The President has urged the ministers that their services to the country and Nigerians. Well, shortly after the swearing in, he left Abuja for Accra to participate in the summit of ECOWAS heads of state and government, scheduled to open in the Ghanaian capital tomorrow. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has directed the Federal Aviation Authority of Nigeria, FAN, to speedily reactivate and replace all non-functional CCTV cameras at Nigeria's airports. The House says this is aimed at checking extortion of travelers and pilfering of passengers' luggage. Raising a motion under matters of urgent national importance, a lawmaker, Hassan Saleh, noted that such unpleasant experiences encountered by both outgoing and incoming travelers portray Nigeria in bad light. Consequently, the House mandated its committees on aviation and internal affairs to investigate the issue and report back within a month. The National Conference appears to be set for a stormy session tomorrow, as some of the delegates are planning to oppose the position being proposed by a consensus committee on the recommendation of the Committee on Devolution of Power. The Consensus Committee, which met till afternoon, agreed on a new rate of 18% derivation and that 5% of the total revenue accruing to the Federation be devoted to a special fund for the development of the mineral resources of the country. The delegates also spoke on the modalities that should be adopted for implementation of the report of the conference. Our correspondent, Lanre Nasisi, reports.
It arrived at plenary expecting a calm and rancor-free day. The leaders of the zone, who met to discuss contentious issues on the recommendations of the Committee on Devolution of Power, were expected to present their agreement. But it appeared they were yet to reach a consensus, so the conference decided to consider the modalities for the implementation of the final report of the conference.
Our brief is to write a good report, set out clearly all our recommendations as accepted by this conference, and set up a date to present it to Mr. President. I believe if we do that, our job is done.
Submitting to the National Assembly is just all efforts wasted. So I suggest that by the principle of implied mandate, if Mr. President goes over the head of the National Assembly and in the national broadcast and asks for a referendum, his actions will be validated because of the fact that it will be popular. Thank you.
We have been selected by Mr.
With this going on, the zonal leaders walked in. The spokesman of the group was invited to present their proposal.
This group adopted a position and to recommend to the plenary not less than 18% as the verification formula for 5% revenue allocation to be made a solid minerals development. We know that we've been over-relying on the oil, which is a depleting asset, and that the time has come to pay even more attention to other resources that this country has in abundance and is fairly well spread.
He also added this proposal.
We have recommended a new fund to be established, for which we call Fund for Stabilization, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction. 5% of revenue to be allocated to that, principally for the Northeast, with that about 50% Northwest and North Central. These recommendations, if endorsed, will be reflected in the Revenue Allocation Act.
The House adjourned on this note, but it was clear delegates were not pleased with the options before them.
You're not God, I'm not God. Don't threaten anyone. Don't threaten anyone.
Now, it appears despite all attempts to make sure these issues are settled amicably, there may be a face-off among delegates in what will be the last plenary of the week. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
To fighting crime now, a woman identified as a former Okagwe and her daughter Linda have been arraigned before a federal high court sitting in Awka for allegedly trafficking cannabis and cocaine. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency charged the suspects on 3 counts for drug offences, which include conspiracy and illegal dealing on narcotics. Osun State Governor Rauf Arregbesola says he's confident of victory in the August 9th governorship race because he's delivered on the 6-point integral action plan that he promised when he sought the people's mandate in 2003. Mr. Arregbesola was speaking to hundreds of supporters who trooped out to a rally held in Osun State. The APC candidate asked the people to vote him in order to sustain the projects.
If you call it a carnival, you just may be right, considering the huge crowd here and some of the activities. This is Ede, an Asian town in Osun State. Jubilant crowd here and APC supporters troop out en masse to receive the party's candidate and incumbent governor, Rauf Arregbesola. The elated governor on his campaign vehicle danced to the rhythm of the chants from the excited crowd. This rally seems not to be the usual one, considering the presence of this man, a former governor of Old Oyo State, Omololu Olunloyo. His presence is perhaps a boost for Arregbesola and his team on this outing. And when the APC flag bearer took to the podium, in the mother tongue, he spoke to the crowd and he's so confident running the race. According to him, his works speak for themselves.
Arregbesola told the people of Osun what he would do in each and every sector and how he was going to affect and impact on their lives. That he has delivered, and this is the result of that. So the chance of anybody upstaging Ogbeni Arregbesola in the next election is next to zero.
The Osun governorship election is about 4 weeks away. Already, across the state, everywhere is agog of rallies and campaigns. But in the end, the ballot will reveal the people's popular choice.
And when the News at 10 returns, a Lagos Chamber of Commerce identifies concerns of entrepreneurs in the economy. Please join us again.